Jessica González is with us, co-CEO of the media advocacy group Free Press. She's also a founder of the Change the Terms Coalition.
What are your concerns? You urged the shareholders of Twitter not to approve this takeover attempt. What are your main concerns about Elon Musk?
Good morning, Juan. My main concern is that Musk has demonstrated no commitment to helping to protect our democracy and civil and human rights. Musk or no Musk, Twitter has work to do to ensure that it stops amplifying bigotry, calls to violence, hate speech, and conspiracy theories. It also needs to do much more to protect its users across geographies and across languages. So while there may be a couple of things to like here around transparency, we've seen Musk demonstrate time and again that he doesn't really have a commitment to protecting our democracy. His number one objective is to protect himself and to advance his own interests. So when we hear Musk saying, I'm a free speech absolutist, everything goes, that means also that hate and harassment goes. The kind of hate and harassment that shouts down women and people of color. That's not actually how we achieve the balance of free speech. Moreover, Musk has also really not lived up to his self-proclaimed free speech absolutist values. In fact, he called on the Chinese government to censor folks who were criticizing Tesla. So this is not the sort of steady, reliable hand that we want making decisions about how our communications infrastructure works.
Jessica, can you explain the Fix the Feed campaign that you are now involved with? You've just announced this campaign.
Why, yes, I'd love to. Thank you, Amy. So I am working with over 6 partners in the Change the Terms Coalition. This is a coalition that was built by and serving women and people of color who are more likely to face hate and harassment campaigns online. Ahead of the midterms, we are calling on not just Twitter, but also TikTok, YouTube, Meta, and other social media platforms to stop amplifying conspiracy theories, election interference, and disinformation that is targeted at women, people of color, and others on the margins. We're calling on them to do that across languages. We've seen time and again that social media, as poorly as they're moderating content in English, it's even worse in Spanish and other non-English languages. And we're calling on them to be much more transparent about their content moderation practices.
Let me ask Jessica González about President Trump, who was famously thrown off Twitter after the January 6th insurrection. He has said he has no plans to rejoin Twitter. But your thoughts on that and just overall, Musk saying that he's used the platform to say that shelter-in-place orders because of COVID were fascist. He also once tweeted that the coronavirus panic is dumb. Does this make you concerned about, there's nothing wrong with saying those things if he has those opinions, but this whole issue that Media Matters and others are raising of going down a path of misinformation that has massive effect around the world?
Yes, I'm concerned, Amy. Listen, individuals have the right to say whatever they want, right? But when you combine that with power, money, presence, that's something we ought to be concerned about. Can Musk take over Twitter and do what he wants with it? Sure, he can, but he shouldn't. And it could be very dangerous for our democracy. The fact that he has regularly spread COVID disinformation is extremely concerning. In my opinion, Twitter has a responsibility to protect public health and safety. And if the person running Twitter is a regular purveyor of false information, that gives me great pause. As for Donald Trump, I don't trust for a minute that he wouldn't jump right back on Twitter if he could. I think Twitter made the right decision to take him down. He was inciting violence. He was using the platform to amplify conspiracy theories and bigotry. That was the right move. I don't think he should return to Twitter. We saw study after study after he was taken down that disinformation went down markedly after he left the platform. So I hope that he will remain off Twitter, and that's yet to be known.
And I wanted to ask you, Jessica, just quickly, if you could. Joe Biden nominated Gigi Song to fill the 5th and tie-breaking seat at the Federal Communications Commission in October, but she hasn't been confirmed by the Senate. What is your sense of what's going on there?
Well, Gigi's been targeted by a right-wing smear campaign, plain and simple. They've been drumming up false information about Gigi, painting her in a really cruel light. I know Gigi personally. She's a good friend of mine. She's a responsible steward of the public interest, and I hope the Senate will confirm her without further delay. This is really slowing down our ability to pass important policies to get people online, to ensure the internet is affordable, and to reinstate net neutrality principles.